Hi everyone, welcome to my maths class. I am T. Shashidhar, PGT Mathematics, working at Telangana Social Welfare Residential School, Boys, Kondapaka at Duddada, Siddipet district. Today I brought something to you. You want to see it? Okay, I'll show you. What is this? It is a 3 by 3 Rubik's Cube. I know you all love playing with this Rubik's Cube. So let me use this to teach something today. What is this? It is the face of a cube. In which shape it is? It is in the shape of a square. Can you say how many unit squares are there in this square? Yes, there are 9 unit squares. So the area of this square is 9 square units, because it is filled with 9 unit squares. What is the side of the square? It is 3 units. Is there any relation between the area of the square and the side of the square? Yes, of course. If you multiply any two perpendicular sides in a square which meet at a vertex, what you will get? This side is 3 units. And this side is 3 units. These two sides are perpendicular at this vertex. Let us multiply 3 into 3 is equal to 9. That is, we got the area. So, to get the area of a square, we have to multiply any two perpendicular sides meeting at a vertex. Okay, in general, if the side of the square is a units, then the area of the square is obtained by multiplying the two perpendicular sides. A units into a units is equal to a square square units. Okay, what is the formula to find the area of a square? A square square units. Okay, now you learnt the formula of area of a square. Now let us see what is the lateral surface area of this cube. Lateral surface area. It includes 4 faces. Actually, this cube has 6 faces. 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom, and 4 at the sides. You see, this is the front face, and this is the left face, right face, and this is the back face. So these 4 faces are called lateral faces. Lateral faces are nothing but the side portions. Okay. Except the top and bottom, the remaining 4 faces are called lateral faces. We have to find the lateral surface area. Do you observe any difference in the faces of a cube? In a cube, all the faces are in the shape of a square. All are equal faces. I already said the area of a square is a square square units when the side of the square is a units. If we assume the side of the cube as a units, then the lateral surface area of the cube is equal to 4a square, because the lateral surface area is the area of 4 squares. Okay, therefore the formula to find the lateral surface area is 4a square, where a is the side of the cube. Okay, then what is the total surface area of the cube? Total surface area, it includes 2 more faces, that is the top and the bottom. That is, the total surface area of the cube means it is the area of all the 6 faces, and each face is the shape of a square, and the area of a square is a square. Then what is the area of 6 squares? It is 6a square. Therefore, total surface area of a cube is equal to 6a square square units, where the side of the cube is A units. Okay, what is the volume of a cube? Volume means it is the space occupied by any solid object. Here if you observe this cube, clearly it is filled with 27 unit cubes. Clearly in this cube we have three layers. So this is the first layer, and of course this is the second layer, and this is the third layer. In each layer we have 9 unit cubes. So in 3 layers in total we have 27 unit cubes. This 3 by 3 rubric cube is formed by these 27 unit cubes. So that the volume of this rubric's cube is 27 cubic units. What is the side of the cube? It is 3 units. What is the side of the cube? It is 3 units. Is there any relation between the volume and the side of the cube? Yes. If you multiply any 3 perpendicular edges meeting at a vertex, we will get the volume. So here in the cube all edges are equal, and here in this particular cube each edge is 3 units. Let us multiply all these 3 edges. 3 into 3, 9. 9 into 3 is equal to 27. That is, we got the volume. Therefore, the volume of the cube is 27 cubic units. If the side of the cube is A units, then the volume of the cube is obtained by multiplying the 3 perpendicular edges which meet at the vertex. That is, A units into A units into A units is equal to A cube cubic units. Therefore, the volume of a cube is equal to A cube cubic units if the side of the cube is A units. Okay. So far we learnt how to find the lateral surface area, total surface area and volume of a cube. Now let us also learn to find the lateral surface area, total surface area and volume of a cuboid. Let us take 2 rubric cubes and join them together to get a cuboid. So clearly a cuboid is formed here, you can see. What is the volume of this cuboid? The volume of this cuboid is equal to sum of the volumes of these 2 cubes. I already told you what is the volume of this cube. The volume of this cube is equal to 27 cubic units. Therefore, the volume of these 2 cubes is equal to 27 plus 27, 54 cubic units. Therefore, the volume of this cuboid is equal to 54 cubic units. How do you get this 54 cubic units? Okay, and how it is related to the 3 perpendicular edges, length, breadth and height of the cuboid. Let us learn. So here, what is the length of this cuboid? The length of the cuboid is 6 units. And see what is the breadth of the cuboid? It is 3 units. And what is the height? 3 units. Let us multiply these 6 into 3 into 3. Length into breadth into height. 6 3 ja 18 and 18 3 ja 54. 54, we got the volume of cuboid. That is, to get the volume of cuboid, we should multiply length into breadth into height. Therefore, the volume of cuboid is equal to length into breadth into height, the product of any 3 perpendicular edges meeting at a vertex. Okay, now let us learn how to find the lateral surface area of cuboid. Lateral surface area, it includes 4 faces: the front face, the back face, the left face and the right face. See the front face. What is the area of the front face? So how many squares you can see there? You can see 18 squares. The area of the front face is 18 square units. How do you get? So what is this edge? It is length. How many units? 6 units. And what is this edge? It is called height. How many units it is? 3 units. Let us multiply these two edges. 6 into 3. 6 3 ja 18 square units. The area of the front face is 18 square units. To get this, we should multiply the length and the height. So the area of the front face is length into height. Can we say like that? Length into height? Yes. Then what is the area of the back face? Do you find any difference in between the front face and the back face? Obviously no. Therefore the area of the back face is also length into height. What is the area of the left face? How many squares can you see in the left face? Of course, we have 9 squares. The area of this left face is 9 square units. How do you get? What is this? Breadth. It is 3 units. And what is this? Height. It is also 3 units. Multiply 3 and 3. 3 3 is 9. We'll get the area of this left face. That is, the area of the left face is equal to breadth into height. B into H. If the area of left face is B into H, then what is the area of right face? Is there any difference between the left and right faces? No. Therefore, the area of this right face is also BH. Now, the lateral surface area is equal to area of the front face LH plus area of the left face BH plus area of the back face LH plus area of the right face BH. That is LH plus BH plus LH plus BH is equal to 2LH plus 2BH. By taking 2H common, we will get 2H into L plus B. Therefore, lateral surface area of cuboid formula 2H into L plus B. Okay. Now let us see what is the total surface area of a cuboid. Total surface area. It includes two more faces. What are that? The top and the bottom. The top and the bottom. What is the area of the top? So here in the top we have length and breadth. Okay. So to get the area of the top, we need to multiply length and breadth. Okay. So length is 6 units clearly. The breadth is 3 units. 6 3 is 18 square units. So area of the top is 18 square units. You can see 18 squares on the top. Okay. So area of top is equal to L into B. Then what is the area of bottom? Is there any difference? No. Then area of the bottom also length into breadth. Okay. Now what is the total surface area? Sum of the areas of all the 6 faces. Top, bottom, left, right, front and back. Okay. So LB plus LB, 2LB. Okay. LH plus LH, 2LH. BH plus BH, 2BH. Let us add 2LB plus 2BH plus 2LH. If you take 2 common, then we will get 2 into LB plus BH plus LH. Therefore, the total surface area of a cuboid formula 2 into LB plus BH plus LH. So far, we have discussed the formulae of areas and volumes of cube and cuboid. What are these formulae? A square, 4a square, 6a square, a cube, 2h into L plus B, 2 into LB plus BH plus LH, and L into B into H. What are these formulae? Some of these formulae have only letters like A, L, B and H, and the remaining have both the numbers and letters. The numbers such as 2, 4, 6 are called constants, and the letters A, L, B and H are called variables. And these formulae are called polynomial expressions. Here we are discussing the introduction of polynomial expressions. Without these polynomial expressions, can we find the areas and volumes? If you think these polynomials are used only in finding the areas and volumes, then you are mistaken. You are mistaken. There are so many polynomials in every subject which are used for some definite purpose. For example, can we find the simple interest without using the polynomial PTR by 100? Can we find the weight of an object without using the polynomial m into g, where m is the mass and g is the acceleration due to gravity? Here PTR by 100 is a polynomial, m into g is a polynomial. The polynomial u plus at is used to find the final velocity of an object which started with an initial velocity u and moving with an acceleration a in certain time t. Here u plus at is a polynomial. It is used to find the final velocity v. Of course, it is called the first equation of motion. What is the second equation of motion in physics? S is equal to ut plus half at square. Ut plus half at square is a polynomial which is used to find the displacement, that is s, when the initial velocity u and the acceleration a and the time t are given. In the polynomial equation, q is equal to it. It is a polynomial. That is, the charge is equal to the product of current and time. You might have known the Ohm's law. V is equal to IR. That is, the potential difference or voltage is the product of the current I and the resistance R. Here IR is a polynomial which is used to find the voltage. In similar way, you might have known the Boyle's law. P into V is equal to constant. At the constant temperature, the product of pressure and volume is always a constant. So here PV is a polynomial. Like this, there are so many polynomial equations in every subject. Every geometrical shape such as line, plane, circle, cone, cylinder, so everything can be expressed in the form of polynomial equations. Even the earth that we are living on can also be expressed in the form of polynomial equation. The earth is nothing but a sphere. The earth is in the shape of a sphere. So a sphere can also be expressed in the form of polynomial equations. Finally, I want to say everyone, everywhere, at every time, in every subject, we are using polynomials. The usage of polynomials is very vast. Believe me, I can confidently say you can find a country without mosquitoes in the world, but you cannot find the world without polynomials. From this discussion, you might have understood how important is the chapter polynomials to us. So, we must discuss the chapter polynomials in a systematic way, starting from what are the constants and what are the variables. Let's we do that discussion in the next class. Thank you.